Stardew Valley is not known for its comprehensive combat system, but it has improved a ton in the last update, and there are a couple of overpowered builds that will lead you to ultimate success. Let's get started with the build that is perfect for Stardew Valley players that hate the Skull Cavern and the combat aspects of this game. This build will make you tanky, bring you back from death, and even heal you up when you take damage. This is the Unkillable build. First, you're going to have to kill 60 rock crabs in the regular mine. Then you will be rewarded with the crab shell ring. You will get one for free, but you should buy another one from Marlin. Then head over to the forge on Ginger Island and combine one of your crab shell rings with an iridium band. This combo will give you decent defense, a minor damage boost, magnetism, and a nice glow effect. For your second ring slot, you can find the Phoenix ring in the volcano by defeating enemies or opening chests. It is rare, but it is also worth it as the ring will literally bring you back from death once per day. For weapons, I would recommend using the Infinity Gavel. This is just a really easy to use weapon, and even without damage boosts, you will still be able to defeat enemies using the hammer's special move. To heal up from damage, enchant your weapon with the Vampirism enchant. This has a chance to heal you every time you defeat an enemy, and it heals for quite a bit. For the weapon enchants, I would recommend going for the defense route. Use 3 topazes to increase your defense by another 3 points. With some pumpkin soup, we will have a very decent 16 defense. So we should be able to block a good amount of damage from enemies while still healing some of our health back when we defeat them. And as a safety net, we have the Phoenix ring that will revive us once per day with 50% health. This is just a really good defense build that should help you never die in the Skull Cavern. Now for an interesting one. This is a fun maximum crit build. You will crit more often than not, and you will usually be one-shotting every enemy that crosses your path. All you need to get started is the Iridium Needle. This build works best with this specific weapon, and you can get it by defeating enemies in the dangerous versions of the regular mines. This dagger has the highest crit chance and crit multiplier in the game, and if you pair this up with the Scout and Desperado combat professions, you will further increase your crit chance and crit damage. It can actually be extremely excessive, but it is just what we need. To make this build considerably more consistent, combine 2 iridium bands with 2 aquamarine rings. This will increase your overall damage and will also further increase your critical strike chance. For this to be good, we need to stack crit chance. Otherwise, what is the point? We can further increase our critical strike chance by enhancing our Iridium Needle with aquamarines. Every tiny bit of crit chance will help. Lastly, and most importantly, you should definitely enchant your Iridium Needle with the Artful enchant. The Artful enchant will reduce the cooldown of your special move by 50%. Since we have just short of 50% crit chance, we won't be critting with every hit, but with the dagger special move, you will strike in a very fast flurry. Every single hit from this special move has the same chance to crit, and you are basically guaranteed to crit every single special attack. Reducing this special attack cooldown is just a no-brainer. It will make this build much more consistent and thus more deadlier. I know a lot of people don't really like the daggers in Stardew Valley, but it can be extremely satisfying running around one-shotting every enemy that dares get in your way. It's just a lot of fun. Give it a try and let me know how it goes. Alrighty, these first 2 builds are extremes, and most of us will probably not be going all out on a single stat. That is where the Wellrounded Bolt comes in. This is the build that you only have to set up once and never have to change for the rest of your playthrough. It will consistently perform well during any phase of the game. To get started, get yourself a trusty Infinity Blade and enhance it with 3 rubies. The Infinity Blade is just a very good weapon weapon with no drawback. It has long range, good damage, and has a very fast attack speed. Paired with the ruby enchants, you will be doing a very consistent amount of damage without needing to rely on crit. Next, I would recommend enchanting it with the Crusader enchant. This enchant will allow you to defeat mummies in the Skull Cavern without using bombs. This is a very nice enchantment to have since we won't be relying on our special moves with the sword. You could also swap this out for the Vampirism enchant if you want to. Rings is where this gets a little bit interesting. To make the most out of our ring slots, combine a burglar ring with a lucky ring. This will greatly increase the amount of loot that you can get from defeating enemies. The burglar ring is just too good to pass. For your second ring combination, use a iridium band combined with the hot java ring. This will give you the nice magnetism and glow effect from the iridium band, and the hot java ring will give enemies a chance to drop coffee when you defeat them. Do not underestimate the hot java ring. It works much better than it should. You will be swimming in coffee, meaning you will be able to fly around the valley at maximum speed. Out of all of these bolts, this well-rounded bolt is by far my favorite and most used bolt just because of how versatile it is. In most situations in the game, this bolt will shine. This next bolt is only for those of you that have reached the true end game, because this bolt requires you to excessively waste iridium ore. And I am sure you have guessed it. This is the Ranger. With the power of the Master Slingshot and iridium ore, you can and will decimate your way through the enemies of Stardew Valley in a spectacular fashion. Our only option here is of course the Master Slingshot. Usually when I use the Ranger bolt, I actually bring two of these with me. One loaded with explosive ammo so I can clear rocks and ores in the mines, and one loaded with iridium ore. Yes, this bolt is extremely expensive to use, but it is a very nice and a fun change of pace. It is very unfortunate that we cannot enhance or enchant slingshots in this game, but we can still increase the base damage of the slingshot with the help of some rings. Just combine 2 iridium bands with 2 ruby rings and it should increase the base damage of your slingshot. I can consistently do more than 150 damage with this setup, and when I get lucky, I can even hit for 300 damage. Pretty decent if you ask me. It is also important to note that slingshots cannot crit, so always pick the fighter and the brute combat professions. These will further increase your overall damage by 25%, and every little bit counts. Now for a complete meme bolt that I actually love, the ultimate knockback warrior. And it is really easy to set this one up. Just grab yourself an infinity gavel and enchant it with 3 amethysts. This will increase the total knockback by an additional 3 points. The actual enchant doesn't matter here, so just pick whichever one you prefer. I would just go with the artful enchant. Then combine 2 amethyst rings with 2 emerald rings. Each amethyst ring will increase the knockback effect by another 10%, and the emerald ring will let you strike faster with your hammer. This combo is an insanely fun bolt that is sure to leave you in tears of laughter. When you hit an enemy, they will go flying. They will fly so far away that they are completely out of aggro range. And this is just great. Don't underestimate the knockback warrior. So, which one of these 5 bolts did you like the most? I just always go with the well-rounded bolt, but let me know in the comments below. Hit subscribe on your way out. And as always, I will see you in the next video.